So competence development for professionals in AI. So why are we developing these type of courses? Well, as you all know, the technology development is so rapid, so it's hard for industry and of course public sector to keep up. And this has been quite noticeable in the last couple of months with all new tools that has launched in the market and been an everyday thing for most of us. We think that competence development is needed in different ways and on different levels. So we are not just focusing on formal courses, but we start already with inspirations in form of lectures and seminars. And we've done a study here in Växjö and Kronoberg with about 200 something small and medium-sized companies. And the results that we got there is that most industries prefer to learn by doing things and try out the technology in practice related to their own work. So we have tried to create offerings related to that. Then, of course, we have formal courses, and which is dedicated time for employees to strengthen their competence. But something that we've been working on for the last couple of years is industry PhD students in data-driven technologies. So we have 9 that is enrolled with us at Linnaeus University and employed out in industry. And the last way that we see that you can build competence and also build new knowledge is by research collaboration. So we think that competence development is not something that you just do by taking courses, but you can do it many different ways and at different levels. So the offering that we have now, when it comes to inspiration and testing technologies, we have a project running with the funding from the European Development Fund, Region Kronoberg and Region Kalmar. So it's mainly for people in the close area around us, but all the lectures and seminars, etc., is open for everyone. If you would like to work with us and test technologies in more learning by doing and pilot cases, then we can always find other opportunities for that. In the course offering that we have at the moment, we have 3 courses. One is AI for managers, and as you can see from the title, it is aiming for the manager levels, and it's not very technical. It's more about when can you use AI, how do you do it, how should you create the AI strategy, roadmap, project, what things do you need to think about when you are dealing with AI. Then we have a course that is a little bit more technical, which is applied machine learning, and another one that is applied visual analytics. And in both these courses, we are aiming more towards developers who are working directly with the technologies and get to learn more. And then, as I mentioned before, we have the industry graduate school. But for both the formal courses and the graduate school, we have support from the Knowledge Foundation. And for the courses, we have quite a lot of resources dedicated, so we can develop new courses if there is a need. It should be a need that is expressed by industry. So if you or anyone in your organizations are interested and lack some knowledge, then just let us know and we will see what we can do to help you to formulate it. But I always think that it's more interesting to hear from people that has actually taken our courses. So as I said, I have Per-Olof, Head of Virtual Product Development at Volvo Construction, and Johan Palmqvist, Manager Architecture and Security at the Swedish eHealth Agency with me. So I'll stop sharing so you can actually see them. Per-Olof, do you want to start?
Okay, I can do so. So Per-Olof Danielsson, as Diana said, I have participated in some of the courses, 2 of them, AI for managers and applied machine learning. And then I have also in my team 2 PhD students. They are working half-time with me. So something I was asked to talk about experiences and the lesson learned from the courses. So the courses I participated in, they deal with issues that we have at work. So this makes the courses very interesting to me. They're never boring. The learning becomes kind of problem-based, and I studied examples from my work. Or rather, I don't do so much of that work myself. I have employees doing it, but it's good for me to understand what they're doing. So another thing, it was very interesting to meet people from other companies and even from completely other industries, or like not even industries. It can be from the health sector, for example. So there were a wide range of questions from the course participants, and it was interesting to see that we could approach with common processes and methods to very different problems. So that was a learning for me. So I think the courses have a good content regarding extent. They last for about 2 months, and we had one lecture a week on Monday afternoons. Most of the sessions were in Teams. We had a few live meetings too, but this setup fitted me well, and we got homework every week, and it was good to have a distributed workload along the course. So I think also there were good reading instructions for articles and PDF books, and we got everything free of charge. There were also recorded lectures, and there were the examples in the applied machine learning course were also good. There's so much to find on the net. So I was encouraged to learn and use Python. I did programming in C in the 90s, so I haven't done that since then. And I could learn that it was very different now. It was, in a way, easier. There are many things you can just Google on routines, and you have to assemble it yourself. And it was quite quick to learn when you know the basics. So why is this competence development in AI important to me? On a personal level, I'm curious about what you can do with AI, and it fits with my job. And in my team, we do a lot of data analytics. So my staff, they handle large amount of data, and this grows, the data grows. We're moving more and more work from an analog reality to virtual models and analyses. And this is a modern way of working. And we can now work with much more data than ever before. And we also generate much more data. And new analysis methods gives us chance to extract much more knowledge about our machines. We do machines, and also what the operators are doing with the machines. And we can learn from, we can study driver behavior, and we can investigate what the environment is based on what the driver is doing. So that's very interesting. So with this increased product and application knowledge, we can define new services, not only sell machines. So we can help streamlining customers' operation. And if they can make more money from that with their services, Volvo can get the share from that also. So, and another thing, good thing with this is that this data processing and analysis becomes very attractive to a category of people who are quite often smart, and they are highly productive. And working with AI in the way we do helps us to create an attractive image of our company. That facilitates both recruitment and also creates interesting tasks and development for existing staff. For me, for example, and my employees and others. Yeah. So I think that was everything I had.
Thank you, Per-Olof. Johan?
Yeah, Thank you, Diana, and thank you, Per-Olof, for your very good take on this. I actually attended the same courses as Per-Olof did, which was the AI for Managers course and also the applied machine learning. And start off with AI for Managers, which really gives a good introduction of the concept of AI. But also looks at where AI is strong and where it has its shortcomings. And I come from the e-health sector. I work at the Swedish e-health agency, where I am head of architecture, security, and UX. In all of those areas, AI is a very important factor to count on in the future in order to help us and foremost our customers and more efficient in their operations in order to deliver e-health services to the citizens in Sweden. So it's very important for us to understand where we can use AI and where we can use it efficiently today and where there is potential in the future. And there are also part in especially the AI for Managers course that touch on the ethical and legal perspective, which is quite interesting, at least in our sector, where that is a limiting factor, of course. We have to follow the law, and the law isn't always written for a digital environment. My take on the AI for Managers course is that it's a very, very good introduction, which also gives some hands-on experience to understand really how easy it is to start and how you can start from a really high level and then dig down to the problem. And there's an enormous potential for us to be more efficient using AI and machine learning. We have a demographic challenge in the Western world, where we're getting older and we're getting less people working and more people needing healthcare. And by using AI and machine learning in a smart way, we can increase the level of e-health services that we can provide to the population in order to get them healthier in the end. So there's really big potential for these technologies and methods in our sector. And as Per-Olof said, AI is, of course, an interesting subject for my employees, and it's also something that we would like to highlight in order to attract new talent to our organization. So it's important for us as managers to know a little bit about the potentials of AI and also know about how to implement the strategy and roadmaps to implement that in our problem areas. So I can really recommend that course, which has some theoretical part and also some practical parts in it, which is quite nice actually. So you get some basic hands-on experience as well and see the potential. And the other course, I took that later on because I was so inspired by the first course. I thought I wanted to understand a little bit deeper how you apply machine learning and then how you build the models and to know a little bit how hard it really is to do it in real life. So that course was much more hands-on, as Per-Olof said. It was a lot of Python programming in that course, and you got hands-on experience with the state-of-the-art libraries that you use for machine learning and AI processing, and you got to learn a little bit more of how to set neural networks in different levels and deep learning, for example, for image recognition. So by attending that course, I get much more understanding for what my employees are doing, and I actually have recommended that course to some of my employees as well. I hope they will attend in the future in order for us to get better at using these new technologies and bringing value to the Swedish citizens by doing so. So 2 really good courses which were really flexible to attend, because most of the work was done in a remote mode, and we had, as Per-Olof said, a lot of home assignments that we could do during the course, so it wasn't all a big bang at the end. It was even distribution during both courses, so really good planned as well. Thank you.
And the presentation that I gave in the beginning, plus my contact information, I'll send to Raquel so she can distribute it to all of you.